His truth is marching on.
Yes, sir.
He has sounded forth the trumpet that shall never call retreat. He is sifting out the hearts of men before his judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him. Be jubilant, my feet. Our God is marching on. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
Good morning, Pacers. My name's Malia Mitchell, and I'm a junior with the Arts Academy. Today is January 15th, and today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. On behalf of Grant Union High School, we would like to thank all of you that have come here this morning to rally and march for civil rights. Although it's been 54 years since the Civil Rights Act, our country is still struggling for equal rights. Former San Francisco 49ers quarterback and recipient of the 2017 Sports Illustrated Muhammad Ali Legacy Award, Colin Kaepernick, has been in the spotlight for taking a knee during the national anthem, drawing attention to the injustice of police brutality towards black men. Women across the spectrum of race, age, and industry has used the hashtag #MeToo to bring awareness to sexual assault endemic in our society, another form of inequality. Here's a short clip from the movie Marshall on the challenges faced by black Americans in the criminal justice system 50 years ago and still relevant today.
What do you have to say about today's comments by the NAACP?
What comments?
The press release by Walter White? He says that the Spell case will show the world that a colored man cannot get a fair trial in the United States of America. Do you agree, Mr. Friedman?
I have nothing to say about that.
What about you, Mr. Marshall?
Hasn't it been proven in this courtroom already? How can a man have a fair trial when he's denied counsel of his choice? When the members of his race are eliminated from service on his jury, when fear and bias against his race are the central points of the case against him. In Europe right now, the forces of tyranny have mobilized behind the vision of a so-called master race. And here in America, our differences aren't supposed to matter. Here, we're promised equal protection under the law. Nothing complicated about that. That promise has not been realized, not even close. Not in Birmingham, Alabama, nor in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and certainly not here in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
During the Golden Globes last weekend, Oprah Winfrey made a stirring speech after receiving the Cecil B. DeMille Award. Here are some of the highlights.
In 1964, I was a little girl sitting on the linoleum floor of my mother's house in Milwaukee, watching Anne Bancroft present the Oscar for Best Actor. His tie was white, and of course his skin was black, and I'd never seen a black man being celebrated like that. And it is not lost on me that at this moment, there are some little girls watching as I become the first black woman to be given the same award. What I know for sure is that speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have. So I want tonight to express gratitude to all the women who have endured years of abuse and assault because they, like my mother, had children to feed and bills to pay and dreams to pursue. I just hope that Reese Taylor died knowing that her truth, like the truth of so many other women who were tormented in those years, and even now tormented, goes marching on. It was somewhere in Rosa Parks' heart almost 11 years later when she made the decision to stay seated on that bus in Montgomery. And it's here with every woman who chooses to say, "Me too." And every man who chooses to listen. A new day is on the horizon. And when that new day finally dawns, it will be because of a lot of magnificent women, many of whom are right here in this room tonight, and some pretty phenomenal men fighting hard to make sure that they become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say, "Me too," again. Thank you.
We would like to end this video with a short clip of the man himself, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., highlighting the need for civil disobedience when justice and equality are not part of the legal system.
How are we to enforce law when a doctrine is preached that one man's conscience may tell him that the law is unjust when other men's conscience don't tell them that?
And I think you enforce it, and I think you deal with it by not allowing anarchy to develop. I do not believe in defying the law, as many of the segregationists do. I do not believe in evading the law, as many of the segregationists do. The fact is that most of the segregationists and racists that I see are not willing to suffer enough for their beliefs in segregation, and they are not willing to go to jail. I think the chief norm for guiding the situation is the willingness to accept the penalty. And I don't think any society can call an individual irresponsible who breaks a law and willingly accepts the penalty if conscience tells him that that law is unjust. And I think that this is a long tradition in our society. It's a long tradition in biblical history. Meshach and Abednego broke an unjust law, and they did it because they had to be true to a higher moral law. The early Christians practiced civil disobedience in a superb manner. Academic freedom would not be a reality today if it had not been for Socrates, and if it had not been for Socrates' willingness to practice civil disobedience. And I would say that in our own history, there's nothing that expresses massive civil disobedience any more than the Boston Tea Party, and yet we give this to our young people and our students as a part of the great tradition of our nation. So I think we're in good company when we break unjust laws, and I think those who are willing to do it and accept the penalty are those who are part of the saving of the nation.
Whether it is sit-ins at Woolworth's counter, whether it is taking a knee during the national anthem, whether it is using the hashtag #MeToo or the hashtag Black Lives Matter, whether it is showing up on Monday to march with your brothers and sisters like you have all come today, nonviolent civil disobedience is a vital part of change. My name's Malia Mitchell. Have a great day, Pacers.